What if I told you your audience already exists, but you're just not speaking to them yet? So many people think of the algorithm as this big, bad villain that's smashing their ideas or dreams. But I'm telling you, the algorithm wants to help your videos get discovered. But it's not going to work unless it knows who your content is actually for. Today, we're going to fix that. Now, if you're wondering, why am I in a greenhouse? Well, it's because I film wherever I can. You don't need a studio to make great content. You just need a plan, a little light, and maybe a few tomatoes cheering you on. Hey, I'm Ricky, and this is the Pocket Creator, where we teach every creator how to make professional level videos without a full studio or a giant budget. If you've got a phone in your pocket and a story to share, we'll help you make content that stands out, saves time, and stays fun. Today, we're talking about the biggest mistakes I see new creators making. Trying to grow without actually knowing who their content is for. Let's go a little deeper. Most creators, when we actually get brave enough to create our first channel, just start out making the videos they want to make. Something has inspired us to step out and take a chance, which makes perfect sense. But if you don't know who your content is speaking to, YouTube has no idea who to send it to. Here are a few mistakes I see all the time. Jumping between totally different topics every week. Today, you post a vlog while on vacation. Next week, a tech review. The week after, a random funny short about your dog. All the while, waiting to see one of them get big views. Another mistake, following trends without understanding why they work. If I just mimic the people I like, I'll get views. This can be a technique later on, but in the beginning, I'm going to tell you not to do that. Another mistake, creating content without a clear point of view or problem to solve. If you don't know the purpose of your video, then neither will YouTube. And lastly, making videos for everyone, which usually means making them for no one. When I was in college, I had a job I hated more than others, DJing at an oldies bar. It wasn't that I hated DJing, classic old music, or working in a bar. All of these things I really enjoyed. But I learned in that job that no matter what I played, 80s rock, disco, newer dance music, that two-thirds of the bar was going to be mad at me that I wasn't playing what they wanted to hear. Can you imagine if they were all rating my performance back then? If I got 67% dislike rating, my boss would have wanted to stop putting me in the DJ booth. So, what are the results of all of these bad mistakes? Good creators get stuck with no growth, not because they're bad, but because the algorithm's confused. Let me show you how to fix that. Let's talk about why audience clarity matters. YouTube is a recommendation engine. It's not trying to reward your effort. It's trying to deliver relevant content to viewers. If the algorithm can clearly understand who your videos are for and what value you offer, it will start recommending your content to the right people and more. The better you define your audience, the better the algorithm starts performing for you. And that is how channels start to really grow. Here, I'm going to give you 5 steps on how to build the perfect audience for you. Step number 1, start with what I like to call your creator sweet spot. This will be the overlap between 3 things: what you love to talk about, what you're good at or learning, and what people are actively searching for on YouTube. Think of it like three circles. If you just pick something you love, but no one searches for it, you won't get discovered. If you only chase search traffic, then you'll burn out on content you really don't care about. You need to find where all three meet, and that will be your perfect niche. The most popular niches out there currently are tech reviews, fitness productivity, and personal finance. But remember, I said don't chase what's popular. To help you understand, let's talk about a less obvious one. Let's say you're a hobbyist, you're a woodworker who also loves vintage tools. That's not a mega popular niche like iPhones or workouts, but it's specific and there's an audience for it. Therefore, your sweet spot might be helping beginner woodworkers learn to use vintage hand tools for small space projects. That's clear, it's teachable, it has search demand, and it speaks to a very specific kind of viewer. Which leads us to step 2. Identify your ideal viewer. This is where most creators miss the mark. They just think, I want to get views, instead of asking, who do I want watching my videos? Give them a name if you have to. Imagine their life. What problems do they have? What are they Googling about at 11 p.m. at night? What frustrates them about other videos on YouTube? And what kind of content do they wish existed? Let's go back to our woodworking example. Your ideal viewer might be like, let's call him Steve. Steve is a 35-year-old dad with limited time who wants to start woodworking in his garage using old tools his grandfather gave him. Now that you know who you're helping, you can talk directly to him in every video. Step number 3, reverse engineer your niche. Once you know what niche you're in and who you're helping, study what's already working. Search YouTube like your audience would. How to use a hand plane. Maybe best beginner woodworking projects. Restoring old chisels. Look at the top videos. What do the thumbnails look like? What kind of titles get clicks? What problems are being solved? And what's missing that you can add your own spin to? That isn't copying. That's smart strategy. Step number 4, build a simple content pillar system. Now that you've worked out who you're talking to, let's build some structure. Pick 3 to 4 types of videos that you'll rotate between. These are your content pillars. Let's use the woodworking example again. Maybe you've got tool tutorials, how to use and maintain vintage tools, mini builds, quick projects for small spaces, tips and fixes, common beginner mistakes and how to avoid them. And then maybe restoration stories, videos showing the transformation of an old tool. If you stay consistent within these 4 pillars, YouTube will quickly learn who your audience is and start pushing your content to the right people. And your viewers will know what to expect when they hit subscribe. This woodworker may not get as many subscribers as someone with, say, an iPhone channel, but if they're getting good interaction with their audience by providing quality content, they actually start to get more view time than some other larger channels. All right, step number 5, analyze, adjust, and repeat. Lastly, you want to pay attention to what's working and try to figure out why. Which videos are people watching the longest? Which ones get new viewers versus returning ones? Are people subscribing after certain types of videos? Use your analytics as feedback, not judgment. Let your viewers help you refine your content without abandoning your core message. Remember, you don't need to blow up overnight. You just need to show up consistently and speak clearly to your audience. You don't have to create your audience from scratch. They're already out there, searching, scrolling, hoping someone will make the video that finally gets their attention. Why not let that someone be you? If this helped you, give it a like so YouTube knows this is worth sharing. And let me know in the comments who's your ideal viewer and what's your channel's niche. If you're still figuring that out, drop a comment and I'll help you workshop it. And don't forget, subscribe because we're putting out weekly tips on how to create high quality content with gear that literally fits in your pocket. This is the Pocket Creator, where we build smart, not expensive.